Good morning, my chosen people. As long as you are under the sun of my voice. No, my people, don't get it twisted, Hey, I want you to be free of guilt and shame. And first you need to understand this. Being a rebel means you are reactive to the outside world, which means you do the opposite of what you are expected to do. And being obedient also means to be reactive, because you do exactly what others command you to do. So, true freedom is to disconnect from this and be non-reactive, which opens up the opportunity for you to do what you want to do. What you need is distance and privacy in order to even listen to your inner voice. All right. And you need to practice this too, to do what you want to do, disregarding obedience or rebellion. And at some point, often you need to learn the basics, and then you learn to let them go again, which means at some point you will, even if you have a rebel as a first nature, you will understand that's not it, that's reactive. That lets others control you as well. And then you practice what I just told you, and then you even understand that in some ways radical obedience, not to people but to spirit, to commandments of the Most High, can make way for you. So today I want to tell you about subtle ways that people might try to trick you. So even though you carry no evil in your heart, you are a light in this world, you feel the love that Jesus Christ had or showed the world, you have that same love. And even though you try your best to follow the commandments of the Most High, and you forgive in your enemies, and you also pray for forgiveness for your own mistakes, and still you're not free. Still, or just because of that, it seems people do all kinds of silly stuff with you, funny stuff. So we all know the obvious things, and things that happen in the broad daylight, things you can confront. These are not the real problems, right? Because you can deal with those. But the devil does not want to be confronted, and the devil does not like the broad daylight, even though he has no shame. So sometimes they do things in broad daylight as if it was normal. Anyway, the obvious strategies that we know is that people can adopt victimhood, which means they play the role of the victim. They accept that role, and this is never good. As soon as you find out that someone covertly uses your goodness for his own advance and does not think of you in the process, you need to rebuke, to not accept this happening. So you never adopt the role of a victim. Never do this. But if you meet a person who is like laying flat on the ground and telling you that they have so bad luck and everybody treats them bad and they need your help, you know, I don't say don't help anyone. No, we have to help the weak and the poor and protect them and stuff like that, yes. But it is also a strategy to use your goodness against you. So this is one of the more obvious strategies. Another strategy is to idealize you. So someone will try to come in your life by making you feel good about your own qualities. This will release dopamine in your brain and people try to addict you to that feeling. Another way is that people show you their own qualities and let you participate from these quote-unquote qualities. And they want to addict you to this privilege that you have with them. So these are more obvious qualities. So I want to talk today about the subtle things, because these are the most dangerous, right? The covert ways, the hidden ways. And one of the most hidden or subtle ways I have observed is that people walk on eggshells in order to make you feel guilty that they walk on eggshells. Okay? Which means that people they act like they cannot unfold their personality and do what they want to do and live their life because you are present. And make you feel guilty. This is again making your goodness, using your goodness, your empathetic feeling, your sensitivity against you. Don't let that happen. Another thing they can do is to again guilt trap you, making you feel guilty by a different way of triangulation. We could call it reverse triangulation, which means they let you know or feel that they are jealous that you have a good contact to another person that they know as well and they don't feel good about it, or they have a problem with that, and by this making you or the other person, if the other person knows it too, you will then feel bad to have that contact. Alright? Yes. And of course, many of these strategies can be reversed. You know, the walking on eggshells can also, people try to reverse it. Sometimes they first try to make you walk on eggshells by telling you that everything you do hurts them, you know. If you cook, they don't like the smell of the food. And if you breathe, they don't like the sound of your breathing. If you do listen to music, they don't like the music and it's too loud. Stuff like that. And then when you just ignore this, you're not ignore it, I mean you're not reactive to it. Or you even, when you completely be radically obedient to this, they will be disappointed that you don't give them something to make you feel guilty, and then they will go on every little thing, right? So yeah, just be careful. Don't let people trick you and make you walk on eggshells, or make you feel guilty that they walk on eggshells. You need to disconnect yourself from that and let your positivity not be affected by it. You can deal with everything, you can be understanding, you can stay in communication, you can forgive them, you can stay calm and collected and kind, even though their heart is very cold and hard. But the most important thing is, don't feel guilty or ashamed if you're following the commandments and your heart is clean. Don't let them trick you. They don't like that.